Oh, formed by the people. We are back, we are back, we are back. Better than ever. Better than ever. We are ready to keep reading the book that we have been reading. Remember, we took a little break, but we're gonna keep reading because the goal in reality is to finish the whole entire book. So we're gonna keep going. If you're strong, you're gonna stay with us from beginning to end, and you're gonna think and grow rich with us. Why not? So without further ado, we are about to get in. Don't go. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Think and grow rich. Do you want to think and grow rich? I do. So let us keep reading the book and fitting our minds, our neurons, our brains. Think and grow rich. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright, so let us jump right where we were left. The 38-year-old Schwab and his reward had his reward. He was made president of the new corporation and remained in control until 1930. The dramatic story of big business which you have just finished was included in this book because it is a perfect illustration of the method by which desire can be transmuted into its physical equivalent. I imagine some readers will question a statement that a mere intangible desire can be converted into its physical equivalent. Many people will be like, Many people will be like, wait, how can you get a desire? Something that's just in your mind, just something that is in your brain. It has no physical form other than the thought. Is it true that you can make it a reality in the world and the universe, like physical thing that you can touch, you can see, you can feel? Nah, some people are gonna be like, nah, that's not true, that's just a metaphor. And I know, it sounds like a metaphor, it sounds like kinda like fantasy, science fiction, you know what I mean? But in reality, I believe there's a mechanism in which the human brain and the universe communicate, and whatever you imagine can become reality in the universe. Do you agree or not? Do you agree or do you not agree? Let me know in the comments or anywhere you see this. Post it, put a hashtag, tag us on social media. OFB, the P of Formed by the People. You'll find us like that everywhere. Yep. Let us continue with the book. Okay. Chemistry manages physical equivalent. I imagine some readers will question the statement that mere intangible desire can be converted into its physical equivalent. Doubtless, some will say you cannot convert nothing into something. The answer is in the story of the United States Steel. The giant organization was created in the mind of one man. The plan by which the organization was provided with the steel mills that gave it financial stability was created in the mind of the same man. His faith, his desire, his imagination, his persistence were the real ingredients that went into United States Steel. So the thought combined with these ingredients, listen to them, write them down in the notes of your mind. Faith, desire, imagination, and persistence. Faith, desire, imagination, and persistence can make those things that are in your mind become a reality, as was the case here. The steel mills and mechanical equipment acquired by the corporation after it had been brought into legal existence were incidental, but careful analysis will disclose the fact that the appraised value of the properties acquired by the corporation increased the appraised value of the properties acquired by the corporation increased in value by an estimated 600 million. 600 million, baby. We're talking money, dollars, by the mere transaction which consolidated them under one management. In other words, Charles Schwab's idea, plus the faith with which he conveyed it to the minds of J.P. Morgan and the others, was marketed for a profit of approximately 600 million. Not an insignificant sum for a single idea. From an idea, little idea, to $600 million, I'll take that. Would you take that or not? So, from a thought, from a mind, from an idea to 600 million, I'll take that. Would you take it? Would you think it is possible to achieve? I think so. Why not? Let us continue. Let us continue to read. Idea to 600 million. You can have an idea worth 600 million or more. Why not? This is getting good, but we gotta keep going. Let us keep going. Okay. From idea to 600 million. Not an insignificant sum for a single idea. What happened to some of the men who took their share of the millions of dollars of profit made by this transaction is a matter with which we are not now concerned. The important feature of the astounding achievement is that it serves as unquestionable evidence of the soundness of the philosophy described in this book. This is evidence of the philosophy which your mind, with thinking, you can make money, think, and grow rich. Because this philosophy was the warp and the woof of the entire transaction. Everything was based on this philosophy. Moreover, the practicability of the philosophy has been established by the fact that the United States Steel Corporation prospered and became one of the richest and most powerful corporations in America, employing thousands of people, developing new uses for steel, and opening new markets, thus proving that the 600 million in profit which the Schwab idea produced was earned. Riches begin in the form of thought. Let that deep sink deep. Riches begin in the form of thought. Riches. Riches begin in the form of thought. That's very, very good. Okay, let us continue. Let's continue reading here. The amount is limited only by the person in whose mind the thought is put into motion. So the amount of money that the idea can generate is not, it has no limits. Infinity, like the sky, the universe. So the limit is set by the mind which is attracting that amount. So your mind says how much is the limit for you to attract. Faith removes limitations. Faith removes limitations. So many good quotes, words. Faith removes limitations. Faith removes limitations. Remember that. Let us continue. Let us continue. Remember this when you are ready to bargain with life for whatever it is that you ask as your price for having passed this way. Remember also that the man who created the United States Steel Corporation was practically unknown at the time. He was merely Andrew Carnegie's man Friday until he gave birth to his famous idea. After that, he quickly rose to a position of power, fame, and riches. Power, fame, and riches. People usually like those things, huh? ThinkAndGrowRich.com, ebook.com. Thank you for them, for providing them. Providing us a book. There are no limitations to those, to the mind, except those we acknowledge. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. There's no limitations to the mind except those we acknowledge. Poverty and riches are in your mind, in your brain. They are born from your thoughts. Chapter 4, Auto-Suggestion. The medium for influencing the subconscious mind, your subconscious mind, which is a mind beyond your conscious mind. So let us quickly talk a little bit about subconscious. So the subconscious, I would say, is all that work that your brain and mind does that goes beyond your consciousness. So you don't see it as you see your conscious thought, but it is there, and it influences everything you do, everything you feel, everything you say, how you act, how you behave. It is the thoughts in the back of your mind, way back. It's the things that your dreams are made of and that control, guide, and influence everything you do and say and even attract. And the universe, that's my take on it. So the subconscious mind has Auto-suggestion, the book is saying, is how we influence, condition our subconscious mind to tell it what you should think subconscious. So we're like, subconscious, I'm not auto-suggest, so you keep thinking of this and keep attracting thoughts of this type. The third step toward riches, auto-suggestion, is a term which applies to all to all suggestions and all self-administered stimuli which reach one's mind through the five senses. Stated in another way, auto-suggestion is self-suggestion. It is the agency of communication between that part of the mind where conscious thought takes place and that which serves as the seed of action for the subconscious mind. So you're talking with your conscious to your subconscious. Through the dominating thoughts which one permits to remain in the conscious mind, whether these thoughts be negative or positive, is immaterial. The principle of autosuggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. So no matter what you think of, whether it be good thoughts, bad thoughts, all those thoughts that you give to your mind consistently, all of them are gonna go down to your subconscious. So you're basically telling your subconscious, this is what I am like, this is what I think of. So I want your subconscious to think of that all the time, to repeat these thoughts in the back of my head, to say these things over and over when I'm not thinking of anything, or when I'm sleeping, or as I am doing things mechanically, or every day, all the time. Just do, say, repeat, and engrave these thoughts in me, subconscious, because this is who I am. So we're basically, I would say, training and conditioning our subconscious mind physically, biologically, psychologically, in all ways to think as we train it to think. We condition our subconscious mind to keep thinking as we teach it, as we train it to think. Let us keep reading. This is getting good. This is some good stuff out here. The dominant thoughts which one permits, okay, whether it's good or bad, remember, it could be bad thoughts. You could train your subconscious to think bad, to do, to behave, to feel bad. The principle of suggestion voluntarily reaches the subconscious mind and influences it with these thoughts. No thought, whether it be negative or positive, can enter the subconscious mind without the aid of the principle of autosuggestion, with the exception of thoughts picked up from the ether. Stated differently, all sense impressions which are perceived through the five senses are stopped by the conscious thinking mind and may be either passed on to the subconscious mind or rejected at will. This is deep. Oh, we gotta stop here. We gotta stop. So I have a gate, a power to allow what goes into the subconscious mind, what can truly enter the gates, what can truly become part of it. Not that it's not to say that anything that approaches our senses, anything that we see, anything we hear, anything somebody else tells us will automatically become part of our subconscious. No, we have the guard in the conscious mind, which is that part of us that allows us to say, yes, I wanna take this, I wanna make this me, I wanna make this idea, this thought, this feeling, this belief part of me, and I wanna let it enter into the subconscious. So you have the power to choose what goes in your subconscious. Some good stuff, whether good or bad. Remember, it may be bad and you don't know and you let it in, or it may be good and you don't know and you leave it out. But that's on us to learn and understand and try to learn the truth of what is good, what is bad, what is gonna help us, what is not. Let's keep reading. This is getting so good. So good. So good. Let's keep reading. Absolute control of the material which reaches his subconscious. The conscious. Let's go back to the. The conscious faculty serves therefore as an outer guard to the approach of the subconscious. Nature has so built man that he has absolute control of the material which reaches his subconscious mind through his five senses. Although this is not meant to be construed as a statement that man always no, don't go. The man always exercises this control. We have the power, we have the control, but not everyone exercises the power of letting of deciding what goes in and not, and what doesn't go in. In the great majority of instances, the man does not exercise it truly, and sadly people usually don't really exercise that power to they just, maybe when you're just listening or taking in things without paying much attention, without making an effort to truly analyze, to truly just like just digest everything that's coming in, you might let things through without truly inspecting them. So I guess we could think of this subconscious gate as kind of like an airport where you inspect people who are coming into the airplanes, and you don't want any dangerous items, but if you don't pay attention, if you don't inspect well, you might miss a few people with a few bad items, you know. So the more effort you make into inspecting and checking everything that all people are bringing through, that are coming to the airplane, the more effort you make in checking up, in paying attention and making an effort to see everything, the higher your chances of not letting anything dangerous in. So I would say the subconscious would be kind of like the same. It would be kind of you exercising. It says, remember that not many people exercise that power to choose what goes in or out. You paying attention, you digesting, you thinking hard about everything is you shaking people that are coming through, or shaking things that are trying to get into your subconscious. I think so. Do you agree or not? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, follow us. We are on Spotify. You can listen to this as a podcast. And we are on YouTube. You can see this as a video. Follow us, subscribe, like. We're trying to grow. We're trying to make this big so that people can think and grow rich with us. And we are planning to read so many more books and digest them and just take them in. Follow us. Yes, sir. Offered by the people. Let us keep reading. Let us, and tomato, keep reading. People do not exercise it, which explains why so many people go through life in poverty. Recall what has been said about the subconscious mind resembling a fertile garden spot in which weeds will grow in abundance. If the seeds of more desirable crops are not sown therein, you're planting seeds in your subconscious, basically. Our suggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature, or by neglect permit thoughts of a destructive nature to find their way into this rich garden of the mind. The subconscious is a garden where you can plant good or bad. good or bad? Is your birthday today? Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Let us continue to read. You were instructed in the last of the 6 steps. I don't even know if that's the song for happy birthday, but anyways, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. You were instructed in the last of the 6 steps describing the chapter on desire to read aloud twice daily the written statement of your desire for money and to see and feel yourself already in possession of the money. So whenever you read aloud and you see yourself, you're kind of like telling your brain, telling your mind, this is who I am, this is me, this is who I want to be, this is who I should be. And then I guess, in my opinion, my way, my theory is that the brain will on its own just try to find any possible way to get you to be that, to get you to have that. So if you think of anything all day, every day, you see yourself in it, you read a phrase or a book or a piece of paper that says you should be that and you're gonna be that, then your brain, you're putting that into your subconscious, and then your subconscious and your conscious will find a way, will find how, using all that surrounding me, how can I in the universe be, attract, make that thing happen, because it's all that I have here. It's the only image, it's the only thought, it's the only desire I have here, and I have to find a way to make it happen. That's basically how all the huge things happen, all the big things that humans make happen, I believe. It's like you have this thought, this desire, and you have it so deep in your subconscious that your brain finds a way to make it a reality, make it happen. And then there you have it. That's how you turn a thought into physical equivalent in the universe, I would say. That's my theory, that's my philosophy, and that's the philosophy of the book, basically. Do you agree with this philosophy? Do you agree? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments or tags, hashtag OFB the P, affirmed by the people, or comment on YouTube and Spotify. I don't know if they have a way, but if they don't, you'll find a way through our social medias, and let us know. Let me know whether you agree with the philosophy that your subconscious finds a way on its own to make happen whatever you have planted in there, to make it happen, to make it a reality. Do you agree with that or nah? I agree. Let me know, for real. Let me know. Genius. Okay, let us keep reading. It's getting good, but we gotta keep reading more. Let's keep reading a little more. Don't go. Don't you wanna think and grow rich? I wanna think and grow rich. Do you not wanna think and grow rich? I wanna think and grow rich. I wanna think and grow rich. I wanna think and grow rich. Okay, let us keep reading. Okay. Decided to read aloud twice already in position money. By following these instructions, you communicate the object of your desire directly to your subconscious mind in a spirit of absolute faith. Through repetition of this procedure, you voluntarily create thought habits. Key thought habits which are favorably to your efforts to transmute desire into this monetary equivalent. So you have a habit of thinking in this way. Go back to these 6 steps described in chapter 2 and read them again. You can go back in the videos and see them again. And if you're new and you're seeing this, you can go back and follow through, because our goal is to go through every single chapter and thinking we're rich. If you go through it with us, you have to do it. Be strong-willed, don't be weak. And then after you do it and you absorb it and let it go deep within your conscious and subconscious, right now we're trying to influence our subconscious. Actually, you will let us know. I hope at least one person, some way, somehow, in some place, lets me know, oh, I read through it with you guys. I went through every episode and now I am thinking and growing rich. Actually, it's happening. Like my brain is actually attracting riches. My brain, my subconscious, like I have found a way to make my subconscious attract and make what I desire a reality. And hopefully that's the case for me as well, as I go through this with you and make it happen. Hopefully in the future we can all rejoice and then get other people to see it, because it's good to do good. Do good to everyone. That's good reading. Before you proceed further, when you come to it, read very carefully the 4 instructions for the organization of your mastermind group described in chapter on organized planning. By comparing these 2 sets of instructions with that which has been seated on auto-suggestion, you, of course, will see that the instructions involve the application of the principle of auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion. Remember, therefore, when reading aloud the statement of your desire, through which you are endeavoring to develop a money consciousness, that the mere reading of the words is of no consequence unless you mix emotion. It's not just going through mechanically reading a statement or reading a word or saying, oh, I want to be rich, I want to be rich, I want to be rich. No, you have to feel it. You have to feel it deep within you. I mean, so you are feeling with your words. If you repeat 1,000,000 times the famous MLKOA formula, day by day, in every way, I am getting better and better, without mixing emotion and faith with your words, you will experience no desirable results. If you do it mechanically, just like, let us see if it works, it's not gonna work. Your subconscious mind recognizes and acts upon only thoughts which have been well mixed with emotion or feelings. So this is an important point which we have to clarify, make, and go deep within. If you go through this, or if you also suggest to your subconscious in a way in which in the back of your mind you're like, let me just say this word, see if anything happens. If you do it like that, it's not gonna do anything, because you are reading the words, you are repeating what you quote unquote want, but at the same time you're telling your subconscious that it's not really gonna work. So even that your subconscious picks up. So your subconscious is like, he says these words, but it's not really gonna work, so I'm not really gonna work on them. It's belief and faith that activates the subconscious, and once you believe it will work, then I'm pretty sure, I'm very sure it will work. If you believe it will work, if you have faith, then it's gonna work. If you don't have faith and you're just mechanically repeating the words, don't even try it. It's not really gonna work. Let's keep reading. Plain and emotional words do not influence the subconscious mind. You will not get appreciable results until you learn to reach your subconscious mind with thoughts or spoken words. which have been well emotionalized with belief. Do not become discouraged if you cannot control and direct your emotions the first time you try to do so. Remember, there is no such possibility as something for nothing. So you gotta put in some effort into giving that seed to your subconscious. Ability to reach and influence your subconscious mind has its price, and you must pay that price. It's not as easy. You gotta engrave it deep, profoundly. You cannot cheat even if you desire to do so. There's no cheating in the universe. The price of ability to influence your subconscious mind is everlasting. It's everlasting, persistent, implying the persistence is the price. Persistent belief and faith described here. You cannot develop the desired ability for a lower price. You and you alone must decide whether or not the reward for which you are striving, the money consciousness, is worth the price you must pay for it in effort. Wisdom and cleverness alone will not attract and retain money except in a few very rare instances. So even if you're smart, even if you're clever, if you don't believe it deep, if you haven't planted it so profound within your subconscious with emotion, it's going to be hard to attract it. In a few very rare instances where the law of averages favors the attraction of money through these sources, the method of attracting money described here does not depend upon the law of averages. Moreover, the method plays no favorites. It will work for one person as effectively as it will for another. I think we can leave it there. The method will work for you as effectively as it did for Carnegie. The method is the same for everyone. Doesn't matter your race, the color of your skin, your religion, where you come from, your country, your race, nationality. It doesn't matter. It works for everyone. It's like working out in the gym. It doesn't matter who you are. If you work out, your muscles will react. It's not dependent upon the government. It's not dependent upon the opinion of other people. It's just the nature of the universe, of God in you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for following. Thank you for liking, subscribing. We will keep going, and we'll see you soon. Keep coming back. We're gonna read the whole book. Be strong. I know it takes some effort, and if it's hard to see it, or you can listen to it as a podcast, why not? Thank you for everything. I'll see you later, kid. Bye.